Hey guys, Julie here. Today we're going to be making some soft baked pretzels and some beer cheese. They have a nice crunch on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside, and the sauce is rich and creamy. The first thing that we'll do is activate the yeast. So I have a large bowl here and we're just going to put some warm water. One tablespoon of brown sugar and 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. And we'll just whisk that until it's all dissolved. Okay, I think it's good. Alright, then we'll leave it for 5 to 10 minutes until it gets frothy. Alright, and now that that's all activated, we're going to go ahead and mix it with the flour. Some salt. We'll go ahead and put some unsalted butter. Alright, so we just need half a stick, so I'll just cut half of it and put it in the microwave so that it's melted. Too melted. Too melted. Okay. And then we'll put the rest of the flour and mix that up. And I have my dough hook on here, so we'll let it knead the dough for us for about 4 to 5 minutes on low. And then once that's done, I'm gonna put it in this bowl, but first I'll go ahead and just put a little bit of grease. All right, we'll throw that in there and cover it up. And let it rest for about 45 minutes. Okay, and now that the dough has rested for 45 minutes, I have the oven set to 450 degrees, and we'll get started shaping the pretzels. It got much bigger, so we'll just dump it out here. Ooh. All right, and I'm gonna cut it into 8 pieces. And we'll roll it out. Okay, and we'll roll it out to about 2 feet. I have this nice little pastry mat that shows me all the measurements. Once we have that, we'll shape it into a pretzel. I'm just gonna do a simple little pretzel twist, but you can do lots of other really cool shapes. All right, and now they're all folded up, and we're gonna give them a bath. So I have some water and some baking soda. And we'll bring this to a boil. Okay, and now that the water is boiling, we'll go ahead and put each pretzel in there for 10 seconds on each side. And we'll just take 2 at a time and carefully put them in there. And then we'll flip them. And then just put them back on the pan. And it's good to make sure that the bottoms are pinched just a little bit, that way they don't come undone in the water. All right, and we'll go ahead and just brush this egg wash on the tops, and that'll help it get like a nice golden brown. And then we'll put the salt on it. So for the egg wash, I just used 2 egg yolks and 2 tablespoons of water, and just mix that up really well, and then just use a pastry brush to put it all over. And just sprinkle some salt. And I'm just using some coarse kosher salt, but I do love the more rounded pretzel salt. I used to work at a place that served pretzels, and I loved putting the salt on the pretzels because I would pour some in my hand and just eat it all. Not really the best for you, but still good. Okay, and now they've gotten a bath, and we brushed them with the egg wash, put a little salt on it. We'll go ahead and put them in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. While they're baking, we'll get started on the beer cheese sauce. Alright, and for the beer cheese sauce, we have some Gouda and some white sharp cheddar. We'll go ahead and grate that up. And we'll use some Dijon mustard. Alright. Okay, and obviously, since we're making a beer cheese, we need beer. I found this at the grocery store, and the name is a little interesting. That's right. We need 2/3 a cup of that. Alright. I'm not a big beer drinker, but I'm interested to see how this tastes. It's surprisingly not that bad. I was not expecting that. I'm not a fan of beer, but this one is alright. Alright, so first we're gonna go ahead and put the butter in here. I got that pure Irish butter. I've never tried it, but I always hear really good things about it. So I was like, well, I guess let's have to see what it tastes like. Okay, and we'll put this on the stove. Alright, and we'll just mix this butter down until it's all melted, and then we'll go ahead and add the flour and make a roux. And it'll be a little bit clumpy, but we're going to add in some milk. Just want to cook that for about 1 minute. We'll add in milk. Turn the heat down. Oh my goodness. Alright, now that the milk has thickened, we'll add everything else. Sharp white cheddar. I'm gonna put the Gouda in there. Obviously the beer, Worcestershire sauce, garlic powder, paprika, onion powder, kosher salt. And last but not least, the grey poupon. Oh shit. I'm gonna make a mess. It looks so, it doesn't look great, but it smells really good. And the cheese, like the cheese is really pungent, but in a good way. But I like all types of cheeses, so. And then now that we've added all of the remaining ingredients, we'll go ahead and just mix it up really well. That way all the cheese is all melted. And I have a huge mess to clean up, but first we're gonna go ahead and try these. With all of the ingredients that we use for the beer cheese sauce, you would think that it would be, a little much, but they blend together really good. The pretzel is delicious. I mean, by itself it's good. I usually eat pretzels with mustard or nacho cheese sauce, but you really can't beat this beer cheese sauce. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.